They once ruled the airwaves, faces you couldn't escape, voices that defined an entire generation. But time has a way of changing everything. The spotlight faded, the crowds moved on, and the lives behind the fame took turns few people ever saw coming. Some stayed in the game, others disappeared, and a few became almost unrecognizable. So what really happened after the music stopped? Elvis Presley. At his peak, Elvis Presley didn't just perform music, he changed how it looked, felt, and moved. His voice, his style, and even his presence on stage created a new kind of star that audiences had never seen before. Fans saw confidence and control, but behind that image was a life shaped by constant pressure, isolation, and an intense schedule that gradually affected his health. As the years passed, the performances became less consistent, even as his legend grew larger. Now, his legacy lives on through Graceland, archival recordings, and a cultural impact that still defines rock and roll decades later. Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson transformed from a child performer into a global figure whose influence reached far beyond music. His precision, creativity, and innovation set new standards for what pop performance could be. The public saw perfection, but behind the scenes, his life became increasingly complex under relentless attention. His later years were marked by attempts to return to the stage on his own terms. Now, his music continues to shape new artists and audiences, while his life story remains layered, with different perspectives still being explored years after his passing. Madonna. Madonna built a career by refusing to stay the same, constantly evolving her sound, image, and message. At her peak, she dominated both music and cultural conversation, becoming a symbol of control and reinvention. But that constant change brought pressure to always stay ahead, sometimes creating distance between her and the audience. Over time, her choices sparked both admiration and criticism. Now, she continues to perform and release music, navigating a different era while maintaining a presence that reflects decades of transformation and a career built on never standing still. Freddie Mercury. Freddie Mercury stood at the center of Queen with a presence that turned concerts into unforgettable experiences. His voice carried both power and precision, while his confidence on stage felt effortless. Yet behind that image, his private life remained largely hidden from public view. As his health began to decline, he continued creating music with the same intensity. His final recordings showed no sign of retreat. Now, his performances remain a reference point for live music, with his voice and stage presence continuing to resonate long after his time ended. Paul McCartney. Paul McCartney became one of the defining figures of modern music through his work with the Beatles, helping create songs that shaped an entire generation. His public image was built on consistency, melody, and creativity. After the band's breakup, he faced the challenge of continuing alone, building a career that stood on its own. Through new projects and collaborations, he adapted to changing times without losing identity. Now, he still performs and records, representing a rare level of longevity, with a career that continues to connect past and present in music. Mick Jagger. Mick Jagger became the driving force behind the Rolling Stones, bringing a level of energy and movement that redefined what a rock frontman could be. His stage presence felt unpredictable, yet completely controlled, turning every performance into a spectacle. Fans saw confidence and rebellion, but maintaining that image over decades required discipline and constant adaptation. As music trends shifted, he adjusted without losing identity. Now, he continues to perform on major stages, his longevity reflecting not just endurance, but an ability to evolve while staying unmistakably himself. David Bowie. David Bowie built his career on transformation, constantly changing his sound, image, and artistic direction. Each era introduced a new version of himself, keeping audiences uncertain about what would come next. That unpredictability became his strength, but it also meant periods of risk and reinvention. He stepped away from the spotlight at times, only to return with new creative vision. Now, his legacy continues through music and visual influence, with his final works leaving a carefully shaped closing chapter that still resonates with listeners. Elton John. Elton John rose to fame with a combination of musical skill and theatrical performance, blending powerful songwriting with a bold stage presence. His image became instantly recognizable, built on both sound and spectacle. Behind that success, however, came personal struggles that gradually reshaped his life. Over time, he moved towards stability while continuing to perform at a high level. Now, he has stepped away from large-scale touring, focusing on family and legacy, while his music remains deeply embedded in popular culture. Stevie Wonder. Stevie Wonder emerged as a musical force at a young age, creating songs that combined emotion, rhythm, and innovation. His ability to shape sound and message set him apart from others in his era. Audiences admired his consistency, but maintaining that level of creativity required patience and change. His output slowed over time, yet his influence remained strong. Now, he appears less frequently but continues to be recognized as a defining voice in music, with a catalog that still shapes how artists approach songwriting. Bruce Springsteen. Bruce Springsteen built his reputation on storytelling, using music to reflect everyday life in a way that felt personal and direct. His concerts became known for their intensity, often lasting for hours without losing momentum. Behind that image was a constant drive to stay connected to his audience while exploring deeper themes over time. As his career progressed, his perspective matured. Now, he continues to perform and record, with his work carrying a reflective tone that connects past experiences with the present. Prince. Prince stood apart for his ability to control every aspect of his music, from writing and producing to performance and image. At his peak, he blended genres in ways that challenged expectations, creating a sound that felt entirely his own. Fans saw confidence and precision, but behind that was a constant drive for independence, especially in how his work was owned and released. His decisions often set him against industry norms. Now, his legacy continues through an extensive catalog and unreleased material, with his influence still shaping how artists approach creativity and control. Tina Turner. Tina Turner became known for her powerful voice and commanding stage presence, especially during her resurgence as a solo artist. Audiences saw strength and confidence, but her path to that point involved personal struggles that reshaped her life. Reinventing herself later in her career required both resilience and risk. Over time, she built a new identity that stood on its own. Now, her legacy remains tied to that transformation, with her music and story continuing to inspire long after her final performances. Whitney Houston. Whitney Houston's voice set a standard that few could match, combining clarity, range, and emotional depth. At her peak, she dominated both music and film, becoming one of the most recognizable figures in entertainment. Behind that success, however, personal challenges began to affect her career and public appearances. Over time, the contrast between expectation and reality became more visible. Now, her recordings continue to define vocal excellence, keeping her presence alive in music long after her time ended. Diana Ross. Diana Ross first gained recognition as the lead of the Supremes before building a successful solo career. Her image was carefully shaped, elegant, controlled, and widely admired. Maintaining that image across changing decades required adaptation and persistence. As musical styles evolved, she adjusted her approach while preserving her identity. Now, she continues to make appearances and perform occasionally, representing a lasting connection to an earlier era of pop and soul music. Cher. Cher built one of the longest-lasting careers in entertainment by constantly adapting her image and sound. From television to music to film, she moved across industries while maintaining recognition. Audiences saw confidence and reinvention, but behind that was a willingness to take risks that did not always guarantee success. Some phases brought renewed popularity, others quieter moments. Now, she remains active in entertainment, continuing to appear and perform while representing a career defined by persistence and change. George Michael. George Michael rose to fame as part of Wham before establishing himself as a solo artist with a more mature sound. His voice and songwriting brought a different depth to pop music, attracting a wide audience. While the public saw confidence and success, his private life remained more complex, shaped by personal challenges and a desire for privacy. He gradually stepped back from constant exposure. Now, his music continues to resonate with listeners, with his catalog reflecting both his artistic growth and the quieter direction his life eventually took. Phil Collins. Phil Collins became one of the most recognizable voices of his era, both as a solo artist and as part of Genesis. His songs combined emotional storytelling with accessible melodies, connecting easily with audiences. Behind that success, the demands of constant recording and touring began to take a physical toll over time. As his career progressed, his presence in the spotlight became less frequent. Now his work remains widely recognized, with his songs continuing to reach audiences even as he has stepped back from performing. Rod Stewart. Rod Stewart built his career on a distinctive voice and a style that blended rock with a more personal, storytelling approach. At his peak, his music reached a broad audience across different genres. Maintaining that reach required shifts in sound and direction as the industry changed. Some of those changes brought renewed success, while others marked quieter periods. Now, he continues to perform and record, carrying a career that has adapted across decades without losing its recognizable tone. Billy Joel. Billy Joel became known for crafting songs that captured everyday life with clarity and melody. His music felt accessible, yet carefully structured, allowing him to connect with a wide audience. Over time, he chose to step away from releasing new pop albums, focusing instead on live performances. That decision shifted the direction of his career without ending it. Now, he continues to perform regularly, with his existing catalog maintaining its place across multiple generations of listeners. Sting. Sting first gained recognition as the frontman of The Police before moving into a solo career that explored different musical styles. His work combined pop, rock, and more experimental influences, showing a willingness to evolve. That evolution sometimes moved him away from mainstream trends, but it also defined his identity as an artist. Over time, his focus shifted toward more reflective and varied projects. Now, he continues to record and perform, maintaining a career built on both consistency and exploration. Debbie Harry. Debbie Harry became the face of Blondie, blending punk attitude with pop sensibility in a way that stood out during the late 70s. Her image was sharp, confident, and instantly recognizable. But, as trends shifted, maintaining that balance between underground credibility and mainstream success became more difficult. The band experienced breaks and reunions, reflecting changing dynamics over time. Now, she continues to perform and appear publicly, representing a bridge between punk roots and pop evolution with a presence that still carries the edge that first defined her. Pat Benatar. Pat Benatar rose to prominence with a powerful voice that helped define the rock sound of the early 80s. Her performances carried intensity, while her image balanced strength and accessibility. As the music landscape changed, sustaining that level of visibility required adaptation. She continued recording and touring, even as mainstream attention shifted elsewhere. Now, she still performs live, often revisiting the songs that built her career, maintaining a connection with audiences who remember that era. Joan Jett. Joan Jett built her reputation on a direct, no-frills rock style that rejected many of the conventions of the industry. Her sound and image were grounded in consistency rather than reinvention. That approach helped her maintain identity, but it also meant navigating a changing industry without relying on trends. Over time, she remained active through touring and new releases. Now, she continues to perform, representing a version of rock that stayed close to its original energy. Cyndi Lauper. Cyndi Lauper stood out with a voice and style that felt completely different from her peers. Her early success was driven by individuality and a willingness to be unconventional. But sustaining that level of attention proved difficult, as trends shifted toward different sounds. She expanded into other creative areas, including writing and performance beyond music. Now, she remains active in select projects, with her earlier work continuing to define how she is remembered. Annie Lennox. Annie Lennox gained recognition as part of Eurythmics, combining a distinctive voice with a carefully crafted visual identity. Her work balanced emotional depth with a modern sound that resonated widely. As her career progressed, she moved between group and solo projects, adapting her direction over time. Public visibility became more selective, focusing on specific appearances and causes. Now, she continues to be recognized for both her music and her broader contributions, with a legacy built on both sound and presence. Olivia Newton-John. Olivia Newton-John became widely known through music and film, especially with roles that blended performance and personality. Her image felt approachable, built on warmth and clarity rather than intensity. Over time, her career shifted between acting and music, adapting to changing opportunities. Later years brought personal health challenges that shaped her public appearances. Now, her legacy continues through her recordings, films, and charitable work, reflecting a career that connected with audiences in a more personal and lasting way. Gloria Estefan. Gloria Estefan brought Latin influences into mainstream pop, helping shape a broader sound in the industry. Her music carried rhythm and identity that resonated beyond language barriers. A major turning point came after a serious accident that paused her career and forced a long recovery. Returning to music required rebuilding both physically and professionally. Now, she continues to record and produce, with her work representing a lasting contribution to the global reach of pop music. Lionel Richie. Lionel Richie became known for smooth melodies and songs that focused on emotion and connection. His transition from group success with Commodores to a solo career expanded his audience even further. As trends evolved, his presence in the charts slowed, but his catalog remained widely recognized. He adapted by focusing on performances and appearances that kept him visible. Now, he continues to perform and appear on television, maintaining relevance through both music and personality. Smokey Robinson. Smokey Robinson played a key role in shaping the Motown sound, both as a performer and songwriter. His work combined simplicity with emotional depth, influencing countless artists. Over time, his role shifted from constant performance to a more selective presence. While new releases became less frequent, his influence remained embedded in the industry. Now, he continues to appear and perform occasionally, representing a direct link to one of music's most important eras. Marvin Gaye. Marvin Gaye created music that blended personal expression with broader social themes, setting him apart from many of his peers. His voice carried both softness and intensity, allowing his work to connect on multiple levels. Behind that success, however, were personal struggles that affected his later years. His life took a sudden and tragic turn, ending his career at a critical point. Now his recordings continue to be studied and appreciated, with his influence remaining strong across generations. James Brown. James Brown became known for his intense performances and rhythmic innovation, shaping the foundation of funk and influencing generations of musicians. On stage, his energy seemed constant, with movements and timing that redefined live performance. Behind that image, however, his career included periods of legal and personal difficulty that affected his public life. Despite those challenges, his influence never faded. Now, his recordings continue to shape modern music, with his style and sound remaining a reference point for artists across genres. Janis Joplin. Janis Joplin stood out for a voice that carried raw emotion, capturing attention in a way few others could. Her performances felt unfiltered, creating a strong connection with audiences. But that intensity extended beyond the stage, shaping a lifestyle that proved difficult to sustain. Her career was cut short at a moment when her influence was still growing. Now, her music continues to represent a particular era of expression, with her voice remaining one of the most recognizable in rock history. Jim Morrison. Jim Morrison became the defining presence of The Doors, combining poetry with a stage persona that felt unpredictable. His performances often blurred the line between music and performance art. Behind that image was a life marked by exploration and excess, which gradually affected his direction. His career ended abruptly, leaving many questions about what could have followed. Now, his work continues to attract new listeners, with his image remaining tied to both creativity and mystery. Kurt Cobain. Kurt Cobain emerged as the voice of a generation through Nirvana, bringing a raw and direct sound into the mainstream. His songwriting captured a sense of unrest that resonated widely. While success came quickly, it also brought pressure that conflicted with his personal values. That tension became more visible over time. His life ended at a point when his influence was still expanding. Now, his music continues to shape alternative rock, with his legacy tied to both impact and unfinished potential. Axl Rose. Axl Rose led Guns N' Roses with a vocal style and stage presence that defined late 80s rock. His performances combined intensity with unpredictability, drawing both admiration and controversy. Maintaining that level of energy proved difficult as the band faced internal conflicts and long gaps between releases. Over time, his public appearances became less frequent. Now, he continues to perform with a reformed lineup, carrying a legacy tied to one of rock's most recognizable eras. Steven Tyler. Steven Tyler became the unmistakable voice of Aerosmith, known for his wide vocal range and unpredictable stage presence. His performances combined movement, improvisation, and a distinctive sound that set him apart. Behind that energy, however, years of touring and personal struggles affected both his health and the band's consistency. Over time, Aerosmith experienced both declines and comebacks. Now, he continues to appear and perform, with his voice and style still representing a defining era of American rock. Jon Bon Jovi. Jon Bon Jovi built a career on songs that blended rock with themes of resilience and everyday life. His image remained steady, balancing mainstream appeal with consistency. As music trends shifted, maintaining that level of success required adapting sound and production. While chart dominance slowed, his presence did not disappear. Now, he continues to perform and release music, with a career that reflects stability and long-term connection with audiences. Bruce Dickinson. Bruce Dickinson became known as the powerful voice behind Iron Maiden, bringing precision and intensity to heavy metal. His stage presence combined theatrical elements with vocal control, helping define the band's identity. Outside music, he explored other pursuits, showing a broader range of interests. That balance allowed him to step away and return at different points in his career. Now, he continues to perform with the band, maintaining a strong presence within the genre. Ozzy Osbourne. Ozzy Osbourne rose to prominence as the frontman of Black Sabbath before building a solo career that shaped heavy metal. His public image mixed unpredictability with longevity, making him a constant presence in music culture. Over time, health challenges began to affect his ability to perform regularly. Despite that, he remained visible through various projects. Now, his legacy continues through decades of recordings and influence, with his name still closely tied to the evolution of metal. Alice Cooper. Alice Cooper introduced theatrical elements into rock, turning performances into staged experiences with distinct characters and visuals. His approach changed how audiences viewed live shows. While trends in music evolved, his identity remained consistent, built around that theatrical style. He adapted by maintaining his niche rather than shifting direction entirely. Now, he continues to tour and perform, with his shows still reflecting the concept-driven approach that defined his early success. Gene Simmons. Gene Simmons became widely recognized as the bassist and co-founder of Kiss, combining music with a strong visual identity. His stage persona, marked by dramatic makeup and performance theatrics, helped define the band's image. Beyond music, he focused heavily on branding and business, expanding the group's reach into merchandise and media. That approach kept him visible even when music trends shifted. Now, he continues to appear in various projects, with his influence extending beyond performance into how artists manage their image and brand. Paul Stanley. Paul Stanley stood at the center of Kiss as its primary frontman, known for his voice and consistent stage presence. While the band relied heavily on image, his role required maintaining musical direction and performance quality over time. As years passed, the demands of touring and vocal strain became more apparent. Despite that, he remained a steady figure within the group. Now, he continues to perform selectively, with his career reflecting durability within a highly visual and demanding format. Brian May. Brian May became known as the guitarist of Queen, contributing a distinctive sound that helped define the band's identity. His playing style combined technical precision with melodic structure, making his work immediately recognizable. Outside music, he pursued academic interests, balancing two very different paths. That dual focus shaped his long-term career choices. Now, he continues to perform and appear in select projects, maintaining a presence that connects both his musical and intellectual pursuits. Roger Daltrey. Roger Daltrey led The Who with a vocal style that captured both intensity and control. His performances often carried a sense of urgency that matched the band's sound. As the group evolved, he adapted to different musical directions while maintaining his role as frontman. Over time, touring demands changed how often he appeared on stage. Now, he continues to perform and support legacy projects, representing a direct link to the band's long-standing influence. Pete Townshend. Pete Townshend became known as the primary songwriter and guitarist for The Who, shaping much of the band's sound and message. His work often explored deeper themes, going beyond typical rock structures. That creative direction required constant experimentation, which influenced how the band evolved. Over time, his role shifted more toward writing and production. Now, he remains active in selective projects, with his compositions continuing to define the band's lasting legacy. Eric Clapton. Eric Clapton became one of the most recognized guitarists in rock, known for a style that blended blues with a more refined sound. His playing brought emotion and precision together, shaping how guitar music evolved. Behind that success were personal struggles that affected both his life and career at different points. Over time, he moved toward a more measured and reflective approach to music. Now, he continues to perform selectively, with his work remaining a reference point for guitarists across generations. Mark Knopfler. Mark Knopfler gained recognition as the voice and guitarist of Dire Straits, developing a fingerstyle technique that set him apart. His music focused more on storytelling than spectacle, giving his songs a quieter strength. As the industry shifted toward more commercial sounds, he chose a different path, stepping away from constant mainstream exposure. That decision reshaped his career direction. Now, he continues to record and compose, maintaining a lower profile while his music retains a steady and loyal audience. Bryan Adams. Bryan Adams built his career on straightforward rock songs that emphasized melody and emotion. His music reached a wide audience, especially through ballads that became widely recognized. As trends in production and sound evolved, maintaining that same level of chart success became more challenging. He adapted by focusing on live performances and consistent releases. Now he continues to tour and record, with his catalog remaining familiar to listeners across different generations. Peter Gabriel. Peter Gabriel first gained attention as the frontman of Genesis before moving into a solo career that explored more experimental territory. His work often blended music with visual and technological elements, setting him apart from mainstream trends. That direction limited mass appeal at times but strengthened his artistic identity. Over the years, he released music less frequently, focusing on specific projects. Now, he remains active in select creative work, with his influence extending beyond traditional music formats. Robert Plant. Robert Plant became known as the voice of Led Zeppelin, bringing a distinctive sound that helped define hard rock. His performances combined intensity with a unique vocal style that stood out during the band's peak. After the group ended, he chose not to replicate that formula, instead exploring different musical directions. That decision shaped a more varied solo career. Now, he continues to record and perform, focusing on projects that reflect his evolving interests rather than past expectations. Jimmy Page. Jimmy Page became the creative force behind Led Zeppelin, shaping a sound that combined blues, rock, and layered production. His guitar work and studio approach helped define an entire era. At his peak, his influence extended beyond performance into how music was recorded. After the band ended, he moved more selectively, avoiding constant releases and public exposure. That shift changed how often he appeared in the spotlight. Now he remains a respected figure in music, with his past work continuing to influence how rock is written and produced. Neil Young. Neil Young built a career on unpredictability, moving between acoustic and electric sounds without following a fixed formula. His music often reflected personal and social themes, giving his work a distinct identity. While audiences connected with that honesty, it also meant that his direction could shift unexpectedly. Over time, he maintained independence in both sound and message. Now, he continues to release music and perform, with a career defined more by consistency in expression than by staying within trends. Bob Dylan. Bob Dylan became known for songwriting that focused on language and meaning, shaping how lyrics were viewed in popular music. His early work connected strongly with a generation, but he later moved away from those expectations, changing style and sound. That shift divided audiences at the time, but expanded his range as an artist. Over decades, he continued to evolve rather than repeat earlier success. Now, he still performs and records, maintaining a presence that reflects both longevity and constant reinvention. John Lennon. John Lennon helped redefine popular music as part of the Beatles, later building a solo career that explored more personal and political themes. His public image combined creativity with direct expression. After stepping back from the spotlight, his life took a quieter direction before being cut short unexpectedly. That moment shaped how his story is remembered. Now, his music and message continue to resonate, with his work remaining central to discussions about both music and culture. Ringo Starr. Ringo Starr became widely recognized as the drummer of the Beatles, contributing a style that supported the band's evolving sound. His approach focused on feel and timing rather than complexity. After the group ended, he pursued a solo career while maintaining a steady public presence. Over time, his role shifted toward live performances and collaborations. Now, he continues to tour and record selectively, representing a connection to one of the most influential periods in music history. George Harrison. George Harrison emerged as the lead guitarist of the Beatles, gradually developing a distinct voice as both a songwriter and performer. While often seen as quieter compared to other members, his contributions became more prominent over time. After the band ended, he explored spiritual themes and different musical influences, shaping a more personal direction. His career moved at a measured pace, avoiding constant exposure. Now, his legacy continues through his recordings and songwriting, with his work reflecting a search for meaning that extended beyond music itself. Don Henley. Don Henley became known as the voice and drummer of the Eagles, helping shape a sound that blended rock with reflective storytelling. His lyrics often focused on themes of change and perspective, giving his work a lasting relevance. After the band's initial success, he moved into a solo career that maintained a similar tone. Over time, his public appearances became more selective. Now, he continues to perform occasionally, with his music still representing a particular era of American songwriting. Glenn Frey. Glenn Frey played a key role in forming the Eagles, contributing both as a vocalist and songwriter. His work helped define the band's balance between rock and melody. After the group's early success, he pursued solo projects while remaining closely tied to the band's identity. His career reflected both collaboration and independence. His life later came to an end after health complications, bringing a close to his direct contributions. Now, his influence remains through the music he helped create, which continues to reach new listeners. Barry Gibb. Barry Gibb became the central figure of the Bee Gees, helping shape their signature harmonies and songwriting style. His work adapted across different eras, from early pop to disco, allowing the group to remain relevant through changing trends. That ability to shift direction defined much of his career. After the loss of his brothers, his role became more reflective, focusing on preserving their shared work. Now, he continues to perform and appear selectively, maintaining a connection to a catalog that spans decades. Robin Gibb. Robin Gibb stood out within the Bee Gees for his distinctive voice, contributing to the group's layered sound. His performances balanced emotional delivery with precision, helping define their identity. Over time, he pursued solo work alongside group success, exploring different directions. His later years were affected by health challenges that gradually limited his activity. His passing marked the end of an era for the group's original formation. Now, his voice remains a key part of the Bee Gees' lasting legacy, continuing to be heard through their recordings.